Hello everyone, today I'm here with a class that I did for my crafty friends that come over to do card class with me. This one is pretty big, as you can see. It's an ezel card. It's hard to show because I didn't go far enough. I should have zoomed out a bit, but you'll see it again. So I think it's adorable, and I'll show you what I used. I used those two big snowflakes. It's from Jaded Blossom. It's the winter dies. And also the new snowman from Tim Holtz. He's so cute. So cute. And he's much easier to put together than the last one from last year. So don't get scared. There is lots of pieces for the ladies that are doing it at home. There is lots of pieces. So here I'm going to start with my base. Sorry, I ran up and down the stairs, so now I'm kind of out of breath, as you can maybe tell in my voice. So there's two panels to do this easel. So this one is the Nina white solar paper, the 110 pound, and I'm going to glue that panel down. And I have two creases on mine. So I took the one that had a mistake because I did the score line the wrong place. So I took the one that was wrong. So, I don't want to confuse anybody. So that's why. So you're going to line up where it's folded to the bottom of the other panel. And yet the other panel is not as thick. So you'll see the difference. So see how that's how it's going to fold in and out, just like that. So I'm going to put that on the side. I'm going to start blending the panels. And yes, I used broken china. Surprise, surprise, right? So anyways, I zoomed in a little so you can see a little bit. And all I do is just gentle. You don't want it too dark. So you just gently put it all around your panel. Just to add a little bit. I mean, some people don't like doing that, so you don't have to. I choose to do it because I find it just doesn't look like just plain paper. So I'm just gonna add it to this piece too. I love paper with snowflakes. I'm not a winter person. I don't like winter, but love anything to do with crafting for winter. So here I'm going to take my panel and you're going to line it up on the top, but you're going to leave a nice little white frame that's equal on all three sides. So you're going to have a space on the bottom that's just white. That's what you want. So just like I said, you're going to have a nice frame all around. So it's easy to judge because you're going to center that. There, I'm going to put that on the side, and then you're going to have a little white strip in your kit, and you're going to add that little strip of snow paper on that one. And that's where that's where the easel part comes into play. That's going to hold your card up. So there that is. And we're going to do the background. And the background is cut with my Cricut. It's one of the cartridges. I think it's like Camping Critters or something like that. It's one of my favorite cartridge. I love that cartridge. I did a scene for when I was camping. I did a little beaver. If you know me, you would have seen that a picture of it. It was so cute with the little beaver and his trees, logging his tree away. Yeah. So here, I'm going to put that. So you take your blue and you put it right directly on your brown. And there's all lines on it, so there's a guide to it, right? So now you're going to take your white, do the same thing. So you're going to always have that nice tree trunk going through your tree. So you're always going to see that. So just line them the best you can. So with my kits, I did a line to all the projects. So you're going to cut that off where I put that pencil mark. just because it was a little too long, or what would you say, wide. Anyways, just so it fits better on the card. So instead of starting over with my cut from my Cricut, I just decided to do that. I mean, it's not that much of a trouble. So I just erased the lines. I put the green stuff, but I'm gonna, for the tree down, but I'm gonna grab the trees that are white first. And make sure when you do grab those green ones that have the texture part of the paper, because you know it's going to be a little puzzle to put together, but if you always use the texture part when you line them, you'll see that it'll fit perfectly. So here I'm just putting my glue down for my trees, so they're going to match all the other ones, because what you want is that the tree will look like it has snow on top of them all. So we're going to cover those trees. They're not going to be just white. So there's the last one. And I didn't do a lot of shading on this one. See, the background was shaded, and I will shade the snowman on this one just to show you that you can shade it and you can just leave it. So here I'm just checking and it fits there, so I'm going to glue that part down. Well, what's nice with Tim Holtz's colorized dyes, you don't really need to do a lot of shading, because all your pieces that he puts, like there's so many pieces, and there's your difference, right? You got, for the scarf, there is, I'm counting, is it 4 pieces or 5 pieces? You'll see when I build it. And there's your shading, because there's so many pieces to it, right? And it makes such a showstopper. When you build it, it's like, wow, you know. So here's another piece that I'm going to put down. And I have one more class for my ladies that come to my classes for the Christmas part of it. I was doing 5 weeks in a row. So yeah, I've been really busy. So I had release and making kits for every week for my ladies. And I like to do something special for each week. So this one was, yeah, a lot of work. My daughter did the snowmans for me. Oh, thank God I have her, because yeah, to do it all, I would have never been able to do it. So she's a little lifesaver for sure. So I'm still putting little pieces. Like I said, it's like a little jigsaw puzzle, but the best thing is to make sure that it's all textured. Your paper's on the right side first, right? So you're not trying to put it there and it's not working. It's because of that. So here's the other piece for there. So next week, I think it's going to be, I have to get it done for tomorrow so I can show the ladies ahead of time so they can put their name in if they want to do the class. So you want to give them a few days. Yeah, for all the ones that did the 5 classes for the Christmas, I do a draw for them. So they're going to win the 12 by 12 paper pack. And I got a couple cards that I did with Jaded Blossom. They were so cute. So I'm going to add that to a prize. And the girls sometimes rather the cards that I make than the prize itself, right? But yeah, so it's pretty fun. So I like to do little things like that for all the girls that support me all year. So I have that, and then I have another prize for Christmas too. So there, I got all my snow put on top of the hills. And like I said, that's a Cricut cut, the Camping Critters, if you're interested in this cut. Also, I'm going to put some foam tape, so it's a lot of dimension on this one. So here I put all this. So now I'm going to try to line it up the best here. And I don't want the trees to stick out on the top, and you kind of have to center, you know, side to side too. So it's just make sure that it's all nice and lined up. Yeah, also last year I did a card with the Tim Holtz, the other snowman. So I used a cut from that, the scene ones too. So see here, when I flipped it, that's where you want that panel, and you want to pop dot that too. So I'm putting some foam tape down because that's where it's going to hold your card up. So I'm going to show you how that goes again in a second. So I'm going to put it directly on the bottom, just like that. So when you fold it, it's going to sit like that. So that panel is holding it up. So it's nice because it folds right back in your card, and it's, yeah, I really like this card. It turned out awesome. So here I'm going to start building my adorable, like I love snowman. Like I say, I'm not a winter person, but snowman, penguins, that's my to go. I love them. So here I'm just going to use some wet glue and put these two together. If you try to get white, different white, then you can see the difference, right? So here I got some Nina white solar paper, and I got some just like, I think in a big packs. So here I showed the other one, I didn't put shading. So this one I just wanted to show you to see if you like with the shading or with no shading. So I did both. And you don't want to put too much because you don't want, as I say, you want to dirty it a bit, but you don't want a real dirty snowman, right? So I always tell the girls, think about it. You don't want it too dirty here. So just to say I have a little bit of shading here. And I put that away. And I'm going to put my hat together. So there's two pieces here. So I have the black piece and like a charcoal gray. So you can see the difference. I have bought the Santa Claus one. I still didn't make that one. I have to do it. Someday I will challenge myself and do that. So here's all the pieces. So there's 4 pieces to the scarf. So you start with the light pink, and you go with the burgundy one. And you have to use a nice fine tip glue to get all in those little creases. And you do have nice little stars that come out of there. You can keep those and decorate it. I seen a video with Tim Holtz. Some of the girls used it to decorate them. And that's pretty cute too. But I didn't want to challenge my daughter to poke these and keep that. And no, my poor girl. I make her work all the time. Oh well, she loves me. So now you're going to use the red one on top of that one. So you'll just see some pieces sticking out, so you'll see a difference in color wise, right? So you just put a little bit more glue. And put it on top. And they should line up perfectly. You should always see that nice star be right pink, that light pink that's right on the bottom. And on the bottom, I was playing with the frills. You kind of want to play with those, and so they're not just flat on your snowman. So that's what I was doing before. So that's what it should look like. That's 3 pieces, and now we're going to put the fourth one. So that's like a pink, it's like a purplish color. Like, what do they call that? Magenta, or, yeah, there's a few names you can call it. It's kind of purplish. I'm just going to glue that right on top of the red. Just like that. So it takes a little bit of work, but the end, it's pretty cool. There it is. Love the dimension. I just love it. So now I'm just going to glue that right to my little snowman. And the project that went with this is a little treat holder that I have, that it's going to be up tomorrow on my blog. And I usually link my blogs to my videos, so if you want to go check it out, you'll see that, because Jaded Blossom is having a birthday celebration sale for Black Friday, and yeah, so check that out. They're starting to have papers, and the dies are awesome there too. There's sales all over. My CC Design team has a nice sale going on too. So now I'm just putting my little dots for the buttons, and just take the two that are smaller for your eyes. Yeah, I find my friend too said that they're not quite the same size. It didn't bother me, but it did her. She didn't like that, so she used the bigger ones instead for the eyes. So here I'm just, and it helps to have a pencil that picks up, so that's what I have there. So there it is. So you have two pieces for your carrot, for his nose. And if you don't see all your buttons or your eyes, sometimes it gets stuck on the bags because it's kind of staticky or whatever. So just check behind the bags or in between things, because they're so small. And if you're missing a piece, just let me know and I can get you another piece for sure. So there's two parts for the holly, so a light green and a darker green. So just like that. The only thing with this kit, I usually add all the pop dots to my kits, always. But this one, because there was so much work and you have two projects, I skipped the pop dots. I rather keep the price the same, because we have a limited price for kits and stuff. And then who doesn't have pop dots at home, right? And if you don't have any and you need some, I do have some here. Just let me know. I just didn't want to raise the price and you guys like, whoa, like how come, right? So here I have the little holly on top of the hat. And I'm going to put the broom together now. And there's 3 parts to it and a little bow too. So what I didn't go right directly on the bottom too much, because I want it to have some flipping so it's not flat. So I'm going to crease it a little bit so there's a little bit of dimension. So there, that's what I'm playing with a little bit. And I'll do the same here. I'm just going to add some in the middle. And I just hold it a little bit. And for sure, if you want to add some shading, I didn't, but you sure can. And here I put the little bow, but I did a mistake. I put the bow and it needs to go on the other side. I don't realize that till after. I mean, it would be perfect if you're putting the broom with the opposite way that I'm doing. I'm going to put it facing up, as you'll see. But no big deal. I'll just change that up after. So here's some more pop dots. Like I said, there's so much pop dots and foam tape. I couldn't do it. I couldn't add that to it too. I love my girls. They understand stuff like that. So right here, I'm just going to take the release paper and put my little snowman. You don't want to put him too down too. You'll see I leave some space on top. You just don't want to put it too high because you have to remember you have a hat to put on him too. So how I put the little hat, I put a couple little dots on top of his head, and then I'll put 2 layers on the hat part because already you have to think your snowman is pop dotted already, so you need 2 levels on your hat where it's not touching. So see, if you went that way it would have been perfect, but see how it's facing the snowman? I'm gonna have to change that, but that's all right. Always could be fixed. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue where it's going to touch the snowman. Just like that. So it looks like he's holding his little broom. And I'm playing with the bristles on the broom. And there, I fixed my bow. It's on the right side now. So now I'm going to grab my snowflake. And like I said, those are from Jaded Blossom. Love their snowflakes. I'm going to put that one down. And I put a square. And I put another one on the small one. And I put that down right there. So I have a lot of the ladies are going to do their cards at home. So there you go. So now I'm going to put my Merry Christmas down. So here's my Merry Christmas. And again, you'll need your fine tip glue pen or whatever you have that has a fine tip for your glue. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a video for the next one on YouTube or I'm gonna do it just for our group, because I have an idea that I want to do, but it's an idea that I had seen. So when it's something that's not my idea that I've seen somebody else do, I usually don't do those on YouTube because I just don't want people thinking, you know, don't want to steal somebody's idea. But I do sometimes take somebody's ideas for my classes. I just don't share them on my blog or on videos. So maybe the second project won't be, I'm not sure yet. I'm always at the last minute with my projects. So there, I'm just gonna glue my Christmas. So I just line that up. And with the wet glue too, you can kind of move it a little bit if you think it's too close, or as I do here, just a little bit. And you got a red little dot that will go on the Christmas part on the eye. Just like that. There you go. my card is all done. Awesome. So I bring it out a bit so you can see the easel part, just like that. If you want to see my projects, just subscribe to this channel and you'll see all my projects that I do for classes or for the teams that I work for. And I hope you like my card for today. I enjoyed doing it and it's a nice little piece. Bye!